Docking bay confirmed. Aft and bow thrusters full back.
You see anything? Hold him!
Aft and bow thrusters full back. Beginning final approach to Rifleman Bank Station.
So what's all this bullshit about calling them unlawful belligerents? What does that even mean? It sounds like a made-up term to cover our ass. What it means is you keep your mouth shut and you do what you're ordered to do.
Securing bay doors. All personnel prepare for unloading. Docking bay confirmed.
If anyone's here, come out now.
Securing bay doors. All personnel prepare for unloading.
Activating security scan. Biometric data assembled. Subject not recognized.
You're quite the ghost, bratan. Let's see if I can keep it that way.
So, you're a hacker.
There's a maintenance tunnel in loading bay 1. Access through a floor panel. Get inside. Follow the cables, and try not to kill the person inside.
Access granted.
Are we slated to check out the administration wing?
Negative. We don't have access via this dock anyway. Top security clearance only. You need to take a leak, you'll have to take the long way around.
Oh, you're a goddamn riot. That sounds like another Dock 3 security protocol. I bet those special op assholes have clearance, right?
Most of them probably don't need to use the washer like we do anyway. All they need is the occasional oil change.
I guess spending all that time in the Australian Dust Bowl really gums up their gears. If anyone's here, come out now.
I've had enough of this.
Are the boxcars heading out with the next ship?
I don't know. I haven't seen the requisition. I don't even know where the ship's making port next. If it's the OZ, it'll be loaded with the boxes, I guess.
Kills me how they ship something disassembled like that.
Makes it harder to smuggle. Come on, back to the
Damn, am I hearing things?
None, I guess.
Damn, am I hearing things? If Everyone's here. Come out now. Nothing, I guess. What are you doing?
Slated to check out the administration wing?
Negative. We don't have access via this dock anyway. Top security clearance only. You need to take a leak, you'll have to take the long way around.
Oh, you're a goddamn riot. That sounds like another Dock 3 security protocol. I bet those special op assholes have clearance, right?
Dunno. Most of them probably don't need to use the washroom like we do anyway. All they need is the occasional oil change.
I guess.
You see anything?
See anything?
What are you doing here?
We slated to check out the administration wing?
Negative. We don't have access via this dock anyway. Top security clearance only. You need to take a leak, you'll have to take the long way around.
Oh, you're a goddamn riot. That sounds like another Dock 3 security protocol. I bet those special op assholes have clearance, right?
Dunno. Most of them probably don't need to use the washroom like we do anyway. All they need is the occasional oil change.
I guess spending all that time in the Australian dust bowl really gums up their gears.
If anyone's here, come out now.
sure something was here.
Enter combat.
Access granted.
Activate self-destruct sequence.
Security credentials must be carried at all times. You may be asked to produce said credentials by security personnel. Please comply.
Don't let your guard down. You never know what could pop up.
Do you really have to confirm that every time? Jesus, I know it's procedure, but come on.
Be advised, new personnel should report to Security Central for biometric scan. Cargo crew to Sector Alpha. Cargo crew to Alpha. Civilian contractors must stay within designated areas. Entering restricted areas will result in termination and prosecution.
Access granted.
That's far enough, Jensen.
You're behind this?
I said that's far enough. I can explain everything if you just stay where you are.
Why don't you put the gun down? Then maybe we can talk.
You think I'm stupid? You've got every reason in the world to hate me, and I've heard what you do to your enemies. Tell me, did you enjoy putting so many BT contractors into comas?
You're the one who let me off the leash.
It wasn't my choice. As a matter of fact, I think you're going to get us both killed before this is over. But if we'd left you in that brig, who'd be around to save your Dr. Reed?
What do you know about Megan?
I know the name set off way too many bells and whistles when I added it to Burke's profile search on you. but it helped me to figure out who you are and why you stowed away on the ship. You think Bell Tower kidnapped her, don't you?
You want to tell me you didn't?
I wish I could. But after what I've seen this past year, all I know for certain is she's not on the base. Not anymore.
What's that supposed to mean?
Not what you're thinking. Listen, Rifleman Bank Station supports all Bell Tower operations in this region, Jensen. Regular contract and special op. 6 months ago, I received orders to pull every regular grade soldier and civilian contractor away from the airstrip. 2 Black Hawk helicopters set down minutes later. I thought it had to do with Australia, especially when I saw covered stretchers coming out.
How many?
5. Guarded by a heavily augmented special ops team. Burke went out to meet the leader, and the whole group disappeared inside the detention camp. There's some kind of black project going on in there, Jensen. Something involving prisoners and scientists. And I need you to find out what it is.
Why me, Keitner? That is your name, isn't it? The one Burke used back on the ship?
Natanya Keitner, yes. And it has to be you, because any movements I make are noted and logged. I can't risk blowing cover.
Cover? Who are you working for?
A few months ago, an Interpol agent approached me. They've had Bell Tower on their radar for some time, but they've never been able to prove anything. The things that agent pointed out about this base, it opened my eyes to a lot of things. So you see, Jensen, I really am playing the good cop and the bad cop.
Tell me more about these scientists.
Technically, I'm in charge of operations here, so I keep tabs on people coming in and out. Burke keeps meeting with doctors and researchers, telling me it's part of his interrogation technique.
You got any names?
None that I trust, unless the Doe family suddenly expanded into Australia and Asia. Thing is, I don't always see how they leave.
Yet you're sure that Megan did.
The Blackhawks did. Without the stretchers, but loaded with 5 stasis pods this time.
I'm gonna need more information than that. Tell me about this black project.
I wish I could, but it's been classified. So classified every BT suit I've talked to refuses to even acknowledge its existence.
But you've seen something.
Only the edges. This station is part base, part military stockade, and every week a new shipment of belligerents arrives. Only, Interpol says they're not on anyone's terrorist watch list. Most are just civs. Harmless civs. Burke takes them into a restricted wing of the detention camp, and they just disappear.
Fine. What do you need me to do?
Hold still for a second.
What the?
Relax. I'm just compiling your biometric signature. Retinal scan, pulmonary and vascular imaging, the works. Once I upload it to the network and give Corporal Alan Tyler a security rating, you'll be able to pass through specific checkpoints in this sector.
Only this sector, why not others?
Because you're a fugitive, Jensen. The less room I give you to maneuver in, the more likely it is you'll stay one. I can get you into the detention camp, but the interrogation wing is going to be a problem. Only Burke can give clearances for that.
And I assume you don't want me to go ask for one.
Still the comedian. There's a security mainframe inside the detention camp's central command tower. You'll need to upload this copy of your biometrics there by hand. Contact me using your infolink once you do. Any more questions?
That's all I...
Good. I'll upload to the security network from here, so get going. Alan Tyler will exist by the time you reach the prison security port. Oh, and one more thing. There's a mechanic on the base named Quinn, a civilian contractor with a sideline in procurement. He's discreet and I trust him. So if you need extra firepower, seek him out. He's near the elevator in the lower level maintenance area. Just be careful and try not to draw too much attention.
you Quinn?
Yeah, that's me. Jensen, is it? You weren't followed, were you?
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I can believe that. They're having a hell of a time keeping up with you.
I intend on keeping it that way.
Well, you've certainly ruffled a few feathers higher up. It's not like they don't know you're here. Stowed away on the ship, I mean. It's only a matter of time before they bring the hammer down. Put a stop to your gallivanting on the base. I just hope I'm not near you when the iron's hot and you're on the anvil.
Look, Keitner said you can help me. Can you?
Yeah, she told me to be expecting you. I'm just glad you came as soon as you did instead of going off on your own. There's enough kegs of powder lying around here already without throwing another loose cannon in the mix. You know how much we're risking to keep you off the radar? We've only got so much pull around here. It's Burke's show, and he'll do as he bloody well pleases, which means stamping out any rats the moment he gets wind of them.
I'm grateful, but can we get on with it? I understand you run a nice little sideline in procurement.
Aye. From time to time you might say being inclined to do a little, how should we call it? Bartering. On the side. Since the commander signed off on it, I suppose I could open my stock to you. For a price, that is.
You mean I have to pay?
What? Of course you have to bloody well pay. I ain't exactly a fucking armory quartermaster down here. I'm just a civvy contractor trying to make ends meet. This ain't a bleeding charity.
Considering the circumstances.
Circumstances? What, that you're a fugitive and I'm risking my neck just talking to you? What are you trying to pull here? Although, I don't suppose you had anything to do with the stasis pod that was saved back on the ship.
How do you know about that?
Ah, so it was you, eh? Well, let's just say I have my sources and your little random act of kindness didn't go unnoticed. Tell you what, I'll give you a discount on me wares. Just no freebies or handouts. But now that I think of it, if you're looking for a little something for nothing and don't mind a little legwork, I've got an errand that could use running. Consider it a
All right.
Look, I don't know if you've noticed yet, but this base is packing some serious heat. Especially in the form of those walking brick shithouse boxcars. If you get me a few odds and ends, I might be able to whip up a little something to make getting around easier, if you catch my meaning.
What kind of something are we talking about here?
Nothing fancy. Just a 329 series MPRS.
A rocket launcher?
That's right, mate. And custom built. But yours truly, of course. You see, while I might be able to get my fingers on some low-level arms, I'm a little restricted when it comes to military-grade bells and whistles. And I'm it.
While I find your enthusiasm for explosives slightly disturbing, something like this could come in handy.
Like I always say, look, all you gotta do is find me some components.
Right, so, long story short, you need me to find the parts and bring...
Yeah, that about sums it up, I'd say. Just find me the trigger module, scope assembly, and launch a barrel, and we're in business. I can scrape up the rest from leftovers here in the shop.
I think I already found one.
Aye. Let me see what you got there. That's the 329's trigger module. Let me know when you find the other two.
It's obvious you're not a bell tower sympathizer. So if there's anything more you can do to increase my odds of getting off this base alive, I'd appreciate it.
Because I like you, and because seeing you get your arse killed or captured would put a damper on me day, I'll open a special stock to you. It's normally reserved for another client, but as long as you're paying. Got those parts for me?
Still...
Like I said.
What can you tell me about this base?
Nothing you don't know, probably. To the outside world, it's a Bell Tower Naval Logistics headquarters and supply point for their Pacific operations. Beneath the surface, though, it's much, much more.
How so?
Look, nothing personal, mate, but I prefer the commander to most of the informing. As far as I'm concerned, the less I know, and more importantly, the less I say in this matter, the better off we all are. No money back, Gap. Satisfaction, Gap.
Activating security scan. Biometric data assembled. Subject recognized. Access granted.
You've been detained for conspiring to commit a terrorist act. After processing, you will undergo a preliminary medical examination. At that point, I'm sure... you will have the opportunity to raise your concerns.
What? A terrorist? No! No!
Fucking hell. Man, I know they're being sliced up by multiple quacks. He's got the paw attempt to get his jollies.
You're going down! You've been detained for conspiring to commit a terrorist act. Processing, you will undergo a preliminary medical examination.
He's got the paw attempt to get his jollies.
Keitner, Jensen, I'm in your detention camp and uploading to the security mainframe now.
Copy that. Any problems?
Negative. I gotta say, though, this isn't exactly what I was picturing when you described it.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that later. Right now, you need to get inside the interrogation wing and find out what Burke is hiding. Contact me when you know. Keitner out.
I don't mind telling you. I hope we never have to put it into effect.
I know what you mean. Then I think, would it be any worse than what we already do?
Why am I being held here? Where are we?
Keitner, Jensen. I'm in your detention camp and uploading to the security mainframe now.
Copy that. Any problems?
Negative. I gotta say, though, this isn't exactly what I was picturing when you described it.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that later. Right now, you need to get inside the interrogation wing and find out what Burke is hiding. Contact me when you know. Keitner out.
Activating security scan. Biometric data assembled. Subject recognized. Access granted.
I'm sorry. I'll stay quiet, I promise. Just don't hurt me anymore.
Calm down. I'm not gonna hurt you.
You're not one of them? One of the scientists? Please, you've got to get me out of here. You've got to do something before they come back. I don't want to disappear like all the others.
Hold on. You said they were coming back? Who? Burke? Is he behind this?
I'm not sure. He comes around, but not that often. I know he gives the orders around here, but he doesn't seem all that interested in us beyond some psych tests and questioning. He mostly leaves us to the doctors or scientists or whatever they are.
Tell me about these scientists. Is one of them a woman named Reed?
I don't know. I mean, there is a woman, but her name is Kavanaugh, not Reed. I heard the guard call her that. She seems different. Like she doesn't like what they're doing to us. I can't help but think she's being forced to do these things. The others just treat us like animals. It's horrible. I just want to go home.
It's okay. What's your name?
Nina Sullivan. I don't know why they're holding me in here. They just grabbed me off the street. I'd heard Cape Town was dangerous, but I thought with all the security around...
Cape Town? South Africa?
Isn't that where we are? I blacked out. They drugged me, I think. I was on vacation in Cape Town at the end of the summer. I was going to be starting senior year in the fall, and I wanted to have an adventure. My parents must be so worried.
I take it you're not a terrorist, then?
No, I've never done anything wrong. Never demonstrated against anything or anything. But neither have most of the girls here. I'm not sure about the men, but please, can't you get me out of here?
I want to help you, but you've got to stay calm. Now, what did you mean by disappear like the others? What's been going on back here?
I don't know much. I've heard rumors and seen some things, and I know what they've done to me. Biopsies, blood samples, tissue cores, like I'm some sort of lab rat.
Is that why you're back here? Separated from the others?
This is where they study and examine us to see if we're compatible or something. I don't know what they want from us. Sometimes we're sent back to the cells. Those that aren't, some of the others think they let them go, but I think they're being sent somewhere else. Another facility maybe. Somewhere else inside this one.
Why? What makes you think that?
Because of the way they talk when they're with us. It's like they're looking for some kind of perfect gene match or something. I'm not a doctor. I don't understand it. I just don't want them touching me anymore.
I know this is gonna seem cruel, but I can't help you right now.
You're going to leave me here? You can't. You have no idea what it's like. Please.
I can't have you tagging along just yet, or walking the halls alerting the guards. Trust me, when I can get you out, I will. But your best bet is to stay put.
I'll alert them anyway. Burke and the 2 doctors were just here heading for the morgue. I'll tell them you're here. I will. Let me out or I'll tell them, I swear.
And then what? Do you really think they'll let you go? I'm still the best chance you've got, but you have to be patient.
Please. Don't go.
So what did these ones die of, Savage?
Complete neurological breakdown from the looks of it. Organ collapse, nerve degradation.
Find him. There's been some trouble on the base. My man will take care of it. You were saying?
We may be looking at serious cross-systemic failure issues with the OCM.
It's those god-awful implants, Gary. The whole inhumane procedure. After a while, it just burns them out.
Has this been happening at the other sites?
We've experienced some die-off, yes. But I've been told Dr. Reed's research may offer a breakthrough. If we could bring her back here...
That's not going to happen.
Then we need to start considering other options. A nanotech-based solution performed on willing volunteers.
And are you volunteering yourself, Doctor?
Tiffany, please. I need to look at the raw data, Commander. If you would.
I turned a blind eye to your little office romance, Savage. But if she becomes a problem, she will be volunteering.
Keitner, I found out what Burke's been concealing. The interrogation wing is some kind of medical testing facility. He's using the prisoners as lab rats.
For what?
Not sure. I'll need Burke's retinal scan data to find out.
I can't download that without setting off a million alarms. However, Burke's eyes are enhanced, Jensen. He uses special retinal prostheses custom-made for him by the Tai Young Medical Corporation.
You want me to remove Burke's eyes?
Not the ones he's currently using. He just received a new set this evening for when the cargo ship docked. With any luck, you'll find it in his office. Keitner out.
Activating security scan. Biometric data assembled. Subject recognized. Access granted.
Why am I being held here? Where are we?
This is a travesty of justice.
Activating security scan. Biometric data assembled. Subject recognized. Access granted.
I'm going down!
Activating security scan. Biometric data assembled. Subject recognized. Access granted.
This is fucking boring.
I heard something. Let me check it out. I saw that.
Activating security scan. Biometric data assembled. Subject recognized. Access granted.
Stay out there, goddammit. Hello? If anyone's hiding here, you better come out.
I think you're seeing things.
Access grant.
Keitner, I've got the eye, but it's not gonna fool a retinal scanner unless it's attached to an optic nerve.
I know that, Jensen. I do have a plan. Take the eye down to Quinn. He'll know what to do. Keitner out.
Out of your back! It's you or me!
Keitner, I've got the eye, but it's not gonna fool a retinal scanner unless it's attached to an optic nerve.
I know that, Jensen. I do have a plan. Take the eye down to Quinn. He'll know what to do. Keitner out.
Time to unload!
So, what's the story? Just got off the horn with the commander. She says you got something for me to take a look at.
Prosthetic eye, one of Burke's. We needed to get past a retinal scan, but it's useless like this.
Aye. Without an active neural connection, it might as well be an expensive paperweight. May as well put a gobstopper in front of the scanner for all the good that thing will do you.
Solutions, Quinn. Think you can handle this?
Lad, I may be just a mechanic, but I'm also the only thing keeping this whole bleeding facility from sinking into the abyss. Think I can manage a simple optic frequency bypass. Just let me get me tools. Right. So that's it now. You got the eye. Sorry it took a little longer than I expected. Nearly break the damn thing once or twice. New TUAM firmware and such. Now don't go fucking around with it. It's only got a limited lifespan due to the 10 power source I rigged. It's only good for one use. Got it?
This is pretty impressive work for a mechanic, Quinn.
What's that supposed to mean? There's more to old Quinn than meets the eye. No pun intended. You wouldn't be the first fool to underestimate my know-how.
Well, there's more to this job than just a simple battery swap. I saw you modifying the BIOS. This is state-of-the-art hardware and software. You're not just a mechanic. You're a hacker.
What are you going on about now? Ain't nothing you couldn't pull off with a degree in computer engineering and a little elbow grease. Come off it now. We ain't got time for this.
Well, hopefully this thing works.
It'll work just dandy so long as you don't do something stupid like drop it. And it ain't a bloody webcam. So don't try using it to spy the knickers of someone's skirt. Bye. No re... What? No. Sam.
Activating security scan. Biometric data assembled. Subject recognized. Access granted.
This is wrong. You can't lock up someone who's innocent.
Activating security scan. Biometric data assembled. Subject recognized. Access granted. Access granted.
Jensen, it's Keitner. Where are you?
In a well-concealed elevator inside the prison's restricted wing. Your gun-running neural engineer deserves a raise.
I take it the eye worked then. Good. Now listen, if what you say is true, if Burke really is using the prisoners here as lab rats, I need proof. Hard evidence that I can take to Interpol.
An entire prison full of kidnapped civilians isn't enough?
You're an ex-cop, Jensen. You tell me. How many death row inmates crying on about their innocence have you seen getting out?
Point taken. I'll see what I can find.
Please don't leave me like this. No hope.
Quite the house of horrors you got here, Doc. You letting anyone in, or just women?
Who are you? How'd you get down here? This is a restricted area.
Obviously. You wouldn't want the rank and file knowing what kind of sick experimentation is going on down here.
No, you don't understand. I'm not.
Where's Burke? And your research partner, Savage?
Burke went back up to the base. And Gary left. Told me to be smart, keep my mouth shut, and do whatever Burke tells me to do. For now.
For now? I heard the three of you talking up there in the morgue. Sounded like you don't exactly fit in here, Dr.
Kavanagh. And who the fuck are you?
The name's Jensen. I came here looking for someone. Megan Reed.
Reed? I've seen her research. Gary thinks it could be the key we're missing. If she can be convinced to come here.
Megan Reed was kidnapped, Kavanagh. Violently. As was her entire scientific team and the dozens of women you've been torturing down here.
No! You don't understand. I'm trying to save them. Gary and we were sent here to put the OCM project back on track. It wasn't until we got here that we realized what that meant, and by then it was too late.
OCM. Savage used that term in the morgue. What does it mean?
Organic computational matrix. It's a means of cross-connecting living brain tissue and artificial intelligence systems to create a supercomputer of unparalleled capability. Part flesh, part silicon.
That's what you're doing down here, turning prisoners into computer parts.
Human brain activity has to be integrated with the technology, or else it won't work. Even DARPA knew that.
What does DARPA have to do with this?
Nothing. Not directly. In 2007, they started looking for research partners to help develop an artificial cognitive science program that could increase a soldier's situational awareness in the field. A number of private sector companies submitted proposals.
Bell Tower being one of them.
No. Bell Tower was a private military corporation. DARPA wanted researchers. But one of the companies who did submit something was a biotech corporation that deals with Bell Tower. And they believed a successful program could be designed if it could be wired directly into the soldiers' brains. DARPA wasn't willing to go that far.
So this biotech company took the idea to Bell Tower.
A corporation that, being privately funded, doesn't have to concern itself with political or ethical debate.
Just how many prisoners are being wired into this thing?
I don't know. But a lot of them don't seem to survive for more than a year. I've told the others there's no way this project can stay viable with these kinds of numbers. But the OCM computers have to have them to work.
Computers? You mean there's more than one of them?
There's several. This is just where the process starts, the factory floor. We select the candidates here, implant them, and ship them to the other locations. It's all very efficient.
Yeah, except your candidates keep dying. You seem to think Megan's research is integral to salvaging this project of yours. Why?
It's not my project. Had I known before I came here...
Right, just answer the question.
We're experiencing cross-systemic failures with the tech. Over time, subjects implanted with OCM augmentations suffer complete neurological breakdown. They pretty much burn up from the inside. Gary thinks it's a problem with the acceptance of the P-dot array.
I've heard that phrase before.
It's the building block of modern neuro-augmentations. Dr. Reed's been reshaping it, changing the way it bonds with living tissue. The mutagenic gene combination she's introduced into it, well, frankly, it's astonishing.
Enough to warrant her kidnapping? So she'd be forced to work on this project with you?
She's not on this project. I don't know what she's doing or where she is. This is the first time anyone's ever mentioned kidnapping.
You're really gonna stand there and try to justify your role in this, aren't you? People are being enslaved, Kavanaugh. Enslaved and crucified.
It wasn't like that at first. I thought we were going to make a difference, do something incredible for the world.
Right. And look how incredible it turned out to be. But you can still make a difference, Doctor. You can help me blow the lid off this place.
Are you insane? I can't. There's too much money invested in this. Burke, the people I work for, they'll kill me. They'll hunt me down and kill me.
I know people who can protect you, hide you. Interpol is just waiting for evidence to tear Bell Tower apart.
It's not just Bell Tower. Oh, God. Oh, God, am I really going to do this? You can't get me out through the prison. Burke would stop us.
Then we'll have to do what Savage did. Take a submersible.
We can't. The hatches to all the docking hangars are locked tight. The only way to unlock them is by using the security console in the prison command tower. Burke keeps an eye on us that way.
Then I'll have to go back up there and unlock it. Well, you gather as much evidence as you can carry.
Oh my God, I'm really gonna do this.
Damn right you are. Now get moving. I'll contact you when I unlock the hatch.
All right, fine. But Mr. Jensen, please, hurry.
Sorry. Don't hurt me anymore. So cold. So cold.
Keitner, contact Interpol. We need rendezvous coordinates for a deep-sea submersible.
A what? What exactly have you found, Jensen?
A research complex hidden beneath this base. One of its staff is willing to turn whistleblower if we can deliver her to Interpol using one of the lab's transport subs.
Which explains why you need the coordinates. I'll see what I can do. Keitner out.
Keitner, what the hell's going on? The elevator stopped.
Burke must have intercepted our comms. Get the hell out of there, Jensen. I'll meet you.
one's here. Keep looking.
We've got some suspicious activity.
Elevator's locked down, Sarge. The target must still be down there.
Good. Fire team Tango and intercept. Lift is secure. Repeat. Lift is secure. Holding position. Suggest you continue protocol clean slate. Out. Terminate anyone that opens that door.
Sarge, what if it's someone inside?
Expend. And likely compromised. Not take this man like the soldier. He is infiltrating the high security bell tower base. Not let him.
Activating security scan. Biometric data assembled. Subject recognized. Access granted.
Keitner!
We really broke open a hornet's nest, didn't we, Jensen?
It's bad. You need a medic.
Yeah, I'll get right on that. Got those coordinates, Jensen. But Burke figured it out. Seized control of the station and locked down the detention camp. Bastards cleaning house.
I've got to get Kavanaugh out.
Can't. Not until you stop the gas.
What gas?
Burke's enacted a scorched earth protocol to stop the truth from getting out. Poison gas in every cell. Lab tube. Unless you stop it.
Stay with me, Keitner.
There's a circuit board underneath the prison command tower. Directs the flow. Everything's connected, but might be able to redirect. Whistleblower has to live, Jensen. Only sure way we stop this.
Keitner? Keitner!
Killed a lot of good men. Just stay alert for this Agent Burke mentioned. The guys stationed in the restricted area should be able to handle it. Someone hiding over there?
I do not have a confirmation yet! Hostile in the area. Keep searching. I've got it. I need cover! You can't keep hiding!
Detention silo is secure. Locked down.
Footsteps. Who's there?
Ah!
Hostiles in the area! You can't keep hiding!
detention silo is... Footsteps. Who's there? Footsteps. Who's there?
I do not have a confirmation yet.
Warning. This is a close
Footsteps. Who's there? Detention. Footsteps. Who's there? Footsteps. Who's there? Footsteps. Who's there?
I do not have a confirmation yet.
Footsteps. Who's there?
Heard that. Come out.
Silo decontamination underway.
Tough choice ahead of you, Bratan. The prisoners. Or whistleblower. You can't save both.
What? The hacker from the ship. You've been listening this whole time?
Like Zetka said, everything's connected. Right now, gas is set to disperse evenly between the prison and the lab. All you can do in here is redirect flow out of one area into the other. Do nothing. Everybody dies. Do something.
Somebody dies faster.
Precisely. But if you want to bring down Bell Tower, the choice is clear.
Who's there? Footsteps. Who's there? Footsteps. Who's there?
I don't want to die here. I don't want to die.
Oh, bullshit. The toxicity level is dropping. You found a way to save everyone, Bratan.
What? The hacker from the ship. You've been listening this whole time?
Like Zetka said, everything's connected. You'll still need to unlock the submersible so our whistleblower can go free. Use the touchscreen in the command tower. It'll also let you back inside the base.
And why would I want to go there?
Use your head, Chuvak. The last thing standing between you and Megan Reed is Burke.
I heard that. Come out.
Situation 1. Flushing ducts. Venting decontamination.
Kavanaugh, I've unlocked the hatch and I'm transmitting the coordinates to a rendezvous site.
Oh, thank God. I thought when the code yellow started.
It's over. Just make sure Interpol gets that evidence. I'm going after Burke. Jensen out.
Activating security scan. Biometric data assembled. Subject not...
Corporal Tyler? Or should I say Adam Jensen? That's right. I know who you are now. Geithner wasn't quite as good at hiding her tracks as she thought she was. You're clever, I'll give you that. Most men aren't capable of seeing beyond the choice in front of them. But whatever you think you've done, it's of no consequence. Helping that fool Kavanaugh escape, saving the lives of a few worthless civilians, it won't change anything. All you've done is make yourself a target. The Reed woman, this Megan you've been searching for, she's not here. And the only thing standing between you and the ship that could take you to her is me. I underestimated you back on the ship. I won't be doing it again.
Lad, you there?
Quinn? Where are you?
Getting me arse out of Dodge. Burke's had enough, and he's gunning for you. And I don't intend on being caught in the bloody crossfire. But listen, that trick you pulled with the gas, fucking brilliant work that was. Head to me shop. I left you a thing or two so you can give him hell. I'd like to say we'd meet again over a pint sometime, but, well, Godspeed, mate.
See that? The door opened, but no one came through. Footsteps. Who's there?
I'm surprised. I assumed the man who took out both Barrett and Fedorova would favor more of a frontal assault. You are a tough one to read, Jensen. Still there, Jensen? You know... Didn't take much digging to figure out who you are. We have a surprisingly extensive file on you.